hey, and hi. So, change it to a different screen now. Wyatt also known as Winnie. On video call with me. Okay. All right. Why fast food restaurants are, that one word, dysfunctional. Fast food restaurants are dysfunctional. So the terminology of dysfunctional, meaning the agenda just not properly in place. It is a mess mentally. Now, I have worked in restaurants for years in the past. So best believe I know what I am talking about. This is from my experience. So in comparison, if I were to say that I never worked in a restaurant, then it would not be valid for me to upload a video expressing my thoughts, feelings, and or opinions about this subject. But because I have worked for years in the past in restaurants, I know exactly what I am talking about from my experience, from my point of view. Okay. I'm going to point out a few key words, and I'm going to go in depth about them and then pretty much summarize this rant where it will all collectively combine together. So the community here, so that the fans on my fans list in the front row here, to where everybody collectively understands and comprehends everything of what I'm saying. Number one, quality. Number two, quantity. Number three, what you say and how you say it. And number four, reading between the lines. I'm going to start this off with a quick question. Mainly to myself, me asking a question to myself. Mr. Business Suits, out of all of the years of your experience in restaurants, how many managers can you say that you have gotten along with? My answer is 0. None of them. Because when someone says getting along with, to me, that usually means trying to understand a human being personally. That is why I said 0. In addition to that, all the managers, all the corporate CEOs, all the management positions, whether you want to be a shift manager, a customer service manager, a store manager, a director or manager, a CEO. There's so many management positions. They all have the same mentality. All of these managers, even if they seem nice, they all have the same mentality, which goes to the second terminology that I said at the beginning of this video, quantity. All the managers cares about is quantity. How much can they rack in sales so that everyone can receive their paycheck? Let me say this on a side note. I get it. Everyone has bills to pay. Everyone wants that paycheck. I get that. That is common sense to me. But what I will say, and what is related to the terminology of quantity, meaning numbers, what is so important, what is actually more important, that would blend in to the term quantity is quality of your work. Just because employees are working fast, does that always mean that the work is always going to be of grade A quality? No. It may be grade A quality at times, and it most certainly will not be grade A quality of work at times. For example, I worked at a restaurant in the past where my shifts would always be closing from 4 o'clock in the afternoon to like midnight. And there were several times when I clocked in. So where I worked at was in the back, making like prepping all the ingredients, the sauce bottles, making sure they were all filled up. There were several times when I clocked in and went to the back, everything was a complete mess. Now, if it's busy, I understand that. But once it slows down, but even if it's continuously busy, there will be moments where it will slow down, and it is a genuine of common sense to see the employees help prep up everything again so that the night shift, when they come in, everything is ready to go for them. Now, reading between the lines or what you say and how you say it, I cannot tell you how many times a manager has talked to me in just any type of way. Now, I get it. Managers are there to do a job, managing things. And that of itself, I get it. But the point is, if a manager is managing things and just feels the need to say statements that are not appropriate, meaning you feel like they're not talking to you as a human being, but you feel like managers are talking to you as a robot, like you're just there. You just feel like a number rather than a human being. I cannot tell you how many times, which in terminology, I have felt this way thousands of times. To the number of shifts that I've worked in the past years. So it can easily go into the thousands of days. So every year there's 365 days. So if you once it passes over 2 years, once it passes over just 3 years, it'll easily go into the thousands of days. I'm talking about the number of days and years, but okay. Anyway, I cannot tell you how many thousands of times a manager has talked to me to where I just feel like a number. Now, does that bother me? Yes and no. And when I say no, meaning, in a way, I really could care less what they say to me, because I know I'm there to do a job, and I do the job to the best of my ability. Now, reading between the lines, if a manager is talking to me in any kind of way that just seems like that they're just being picky for something that does not make any sense, to where it seems like they're trying to purposely reduce your hours, at some point, you've got to make a decision. Say, am I going to tolerate this? Or am I going to have to just talk to the manager directly about this? And if that doesn't work, 3, quit. One of the 3 options. Number 1, tolerate it. Say, okay. Number 2, talk with the manager directly, which will usually not go anywhere. Because like I said, all the managers has the same mentality. And when I say that, it is because all managers has a boss above them. So when somebody in position above these managers tells them what to do, guess what? It is a ladder effect. It all goes down the ladder. Top position, next position, and it just goes down. So whatever the boss of that manager tells them to do, the manager tells the employees that. So like I said, that is why I said, even if a manager appears nice, that does not matter. Because they all have the same mentality. That is why I say that these fast food restaurants are all dysfunctional. Let me simplify this. If you work at a restaurant and your hourly pay is garbage, meaning to realistically live a life functionally, month to month, usually people have to live on a salary. Usually. Unless they get paid a very nice hourly pay that is way above minimum wage. But what I'm saying is, if you work at a restaurant and you're only getting paid minimum wage, then you can wonder why the term quality just does not seem to exist in restaurants anymore. All these restaurants, it just seems like they all care about one word: quantity. Now I get it. To produce sales. But what I mean by the term quality is, if you work at a restaurant and these restaurants are raking in millions of dollars in sales, it would be wise. Let's say I was a CEO of a fast food restaurant. This is how my mind would function. I would from my point of view, I would say I am the CEO of this fast food restaurant. This is how it goes. This is how I would operate it if I had the ability to. If the CEO position was given to me, I would say, if we rack in millions of dollars in sales, quantity, I would personally want to make sure that all these employees that are working around the clock, that they feel valued if they care about their job. And if they care about their job, if they were getting paid minimum wage, that they would instantly be provided bonus paychecks. Whether that would be bonus paychecks every 30 days, every 60 days, I don't know, something to make these employees. I'm not talking about managers. I'm talking about, if I was handed the CEO position, my vision related to the employees that are working minimum wage. If these minimum wage employees are working around the clock, genuinely putting in quality effort, grade A quality effort, I would personally want to make sure that every single one of those quality employees were provided bonus paychecks. That is how you grow a genuine business, so that everyone equally feels valued. That would be my vision if I was offered the position as a CEO of a fast food restaurant. And that is why it is so important to read between the lines of human beings. What you say, how you say it. Anybody can work fast and work and focus on the term of quantity. Anybody can do that. But what about quality? Specifically meaning having these minimum wage employees feeling valued as human beings and not having them feel like just a number. That is why I personally feel that these restaurants are dysfunctional. And on that note, that is my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on that subject. My live streams will happen at any day and at any time, so stay tuned for that. And thank you to my fans in the front row on my fans list. Thank you to the casual viewers. And most certainly, thank you to the critics in the back row. Thank you to all of you, collectively, for just taking the time to hear what I have to say. If you choose to listen to what I say, well, thank you for that too. As long as you have an open mind to hear what I am saying, that alone I am so thankful for. Seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years. This community, the main priority is seeing that everyone feels valued equally. And people feeling valued equally in a sense that everyone can express themselves in their own ways. Everyone achieving success within their own ways. And my next video upload will be, well, I have no clue. Just stay tuned. And my live streams, as I just stated, will happen at any date and at any time. Thank you! Thank you to Winnie, also known as Wyatt. Thank you to me. Thank you to my fans on my fans list in the front row. Thank you to the casual viewers. Thank you to the critics in the back row. Thank you to all of us! Thank you to all of us for being us.